whatever I do, I gotta be careful not to kink it. Man, nothing's ever easy on a boat. Yes, babe, I wanna come home. This place is in shambles. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm filming. Nerd. I'm a freaking nerd. This guy's on. Oh, look at that. Probably not the best. Probably not the best. Hello, welcome to Sailing Soleil. My name's Andy, and in this video, I'm gonna install a fridge, a DIY fridge install. So I got this fridge on eBay, or it's not the fridge, it's the kit. I got this kit on eBay. It's a generic setup, but he said it was for marine, so he had been doing this for a long time. It's just somebody I kind of just started chatting with. I found it, started chatting with him, decided to buy it because it was about 580 bucks for the complete kit, and most of the other kits that I was looking for were anywhere from 900 on up to close to 2,000 bucks. The performance is yet to be seen. It is installed at this point, so I'll show you that in this video. But I also wanted to remind everybody that my passage video with Mark from Hilo, Hawaii to California is gonna be probably the next video, so that'll be in 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna try to get that thing edited ASAP, and I really looking forward to showing you guys that. So don't forget about the passage video, subscribe, like, all that jazz, and let's get started on the fridge. Hello sailors, my name's Andy and this is my wife Misty. A few years ago we bought an old neglected sailboat for 3,500 bucks, and I've been working on it ever since. I literally learned how to sail on YouTube, but later we both took some lessons. I used to think that sailing was only for rich people. It's not. I used to also think that you had to sail around the world to have fun. You don't. Click subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and join us, and we'll show you how much fun you can have coastal cruising on a cheap sailboat. Welcome to Sailing Soleil. New episodes every 2 weeks on Sunday morning. All right, next little project we're gonna do is try to make a refrigerator out of the ICEBOX or food pantry. I've been just storing all my food in there. I bought this guy probably about 6 months ago or so, maybe more, and the guy, when he put it together for me, he put on quick connects, so it should be really easy to make it work. And then he also kind of fabricated it in a way to my specifications as far as like where I was going to install it and everything. And where I'm going to install it is right in there, along that back wall. So right against the very back edge there. This is where my drawers usually are. So I'm just kind of sizing it up, just seeing if it's going to work. Hopefully it will. Having the guy do it custom was a lot cheaper than buying it off of like West Marine or something. West Marine, some of the kits that they had were like $1,800. This guy put this together custom, and I've got a cold plate in that box there. Yeah, so I'm just sizing it up to see if I can make this thing into a fridge. And then after I get this installed and the cold plate and everything in there, I will, that's gonna be a nightmare, but I will attempt to insulate the ICEBOX because it's currently not insulated. So we're gonna address the insulation issue at a later date. For now, we're just gonna install this, and then I got some of that like closed cell foam spray, pretty expensive foam spray. We'll see what we're gonna do, but I gotta try to not make a mess out of this. So we're gonna attempt to make a refrigerator in good old Stoked. The first thing I gotta do is figure out where to drill the holes. You know, I can drill them from this side going in, but where to triangulate the holes is kind of the problem. Okay, we're back at it with this fridge install that we're doing. And one of the first things I gotta do is I gotta make a shelf for this to sit on, because it's gonna sit back inside there, like I mentioned. And so I gotta make a little shelf. I bought some little cheesy brackets, you know, these old school, just cheesy little brackets. And I brought some mahogany, some spare mahogany that I got from a client, I just need to cut about 12 inches, make a little shelf, and then we'll set this guy on it and mount it to the wall. So let's do that right now. We're gonna sand a little bit of this first. The measurement isn't like super crucial. Oh, I think I need a battery. All right, let's mount the little chingaderas, the little brackets. So to flush them up, I'm just gonna go like that. Make them move flush on the ground. Hold them right there. All right. Shelf. I am going to kind of estimate where to drill the holes, these little tubes here. I'm going to estimate where they will be sticking through the wall there. My ICEBOX has this little kind of alcove little section here, which is kind of perfect for this. And I had the guy bend this evaporator or cold plate, whatever it's called, to fit in this little area. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise it up at least an inch from the floor so that I can put some foam on the floor that will help insulate the the floor. So I noticed in Mark's boat on his fridge he has a piece of foam inside the fridge, and that probably helps the cold air or the coldness not escape, by moving down. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna raise that cold plate up enough to be able to slide some foam underneath there so that it'll insulate the bottom. I'm also gonna insulate it on the outside, but I thought it would be really good to have insulation on both sides of it, and I'm not losing that much volume by just putting a 1-inch piece of foam on the bottom there. All right, here goes nothing. So raise it up a little. The bottom tube is level by default, just when I push it up against here, level with this little ledge, and it's going to stand off about 3/4 of an inch. If we go up an inch, right about there, standing off an inch, or standing off 3/4 of an inch and up an inch for the floor, that should be pretty good. These tubes are about an inch apart. I'm just measuring from 4 inches to 5 inches there. On center, they're about 1 inch apart. Drill a second hole an inch above that guy. And that was a very accurate inch. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I don't know another way to do this other than just to send it and drill it. We'll see. Oh, I need a mask. All right, I got a mask on. This is gonna create a crap ton of dust. I do not like it. I hadn't noticed until editing this video that the top area there, right there, needs some silicone. Man. Wow, it's really thick. That thing might be insulated already. Super thick. What the heck? What the heck is going on? Okay. That bad boy is thick. I was not expecting that. Okay, before we go, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do next. I don't know. So we're just gonna freaking send it. So, I think this thing's already insulated. That's pretty cool because I felt it go through a layer, and then through foam, and then through another layer. So, I'm real curious about that. And for anybody who's wondering, yes, I am wearing a mask because you don't want to breathe in fiberglass. That will kill you. I thought I was gonna have to insulate that thing, and it's really cool because it looks like there's an inch of insulation already in it. I'm gonna install everything and test it without insulating it to see how it performs before I do additional insulation. I'll still probably put a little bit of insulation on the floor of the ICEBOX just to keep the cold air from seeping out the bottom. That should help out, but pretty stoked to find out that it's already insulated. The manual told me that I can, and the guy that I bought it from, I can bend this stuff by hand as long as I'm real gentle with it and with these tubes, and I don't try to make too sharp of a bend. So he said keep the radiuses less than 6 inches. I mean more than 6 inches. So this area right here, I need to straighten these guys out so they can just come through the wall. So I'm gonna straighten these out right now. I do not like doing this. And it said don't twist them, so don't turn them like this to where they're twisted. You got to bend them and then bend them, but don't twist them. So we're just being real gentle and straightening these guys out. Look at that. Got it. Yeah. Woo. Man, this is hard. I can't kink it. Whatever I do, I gotta be careful not to kink it. I'm trying to film, but I don't think I could keep the camera in there. I gotta make sure I don't kink it. Okay, we have the cold plate, or the whatever you call that thing, installed, and I've got the tubes coming through there now, like that. This is just kind of staged, holding it there. That was really difficult to do, and I couldn't film it and do it. I was too afraid to kink the wires. The tubes. If you kink those, it's kind of a game over. So really dicey. But I've got the cold plate in there now. And if you could look at the very bottom there, you see a couple little holes. I'm gonna use this chingadera here, drill the pilot hole and get the screws in there and mount that cold plate to the wall so it doesn't just float. But that's what I'm doing right now. I don't think I'll be able to film that because it's a little too tight, but that's what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, this is awkward. Actually, that was wrong. Okay. So that's gonna be the little standoff. This guy. Stubby. Klein Tools Stubby. This is the one. One more and that should be good. I've got 2 at the bottom already. And I don't know if these things vibrate or make sound or anything. But if it does, it'd be pretty easy to take off those screws and put some foam or something to mitigate the vibration. All right, there it is. That thing is pretty, when I'm moving it, it's the stuff on the other side. It's this stuff. Step 1 of 100 is done. Man, nothing's ever easy on a boat. Tell you what. Still got the flux capacitor to install. I think it's beer 30. and we're gonna wrap it up for the day, and I will come back and do some more tomorrow, as much as my wife will let me. I've been coming almost every day this week, and she's like, what are you doing? She's like, don't you want to come home? So yes, babe, I want to come home. Just want to get all this stuff done. All right, so I got the shelf mounted to the compressor. Drilled a couple holes because I want to make sure that this top piece is mounted to the wall as well, and it doesn't kind of sag over. And what I did is I bought these little anti-skid pads, I guess they are, but they're just little pieces of rubber, and I'm going to put them on where the screws go, and maybe a couple other ones, because I'm pretty sure this is going to vibrate and I don't want it to make noise. So I'm hoping that that will mitigate a little bit of the noise that it's going to create. These little tabs aren't that thick, so I am doubling them up like this. So I put 2 of them on there. Okay, so I finagled the compressor back there. It wasn't as hard as I thought to get it back there, and it's kind of resting in a way that's going to help me get it mounted. I thought that was going to be really difficult to hold it there and drill holes and stuff. I haven't drilled the holes yet, but it's sitting in there pretty easy. The dilemma I'm trying to sort out right now is on the other side of that wall is my autopilot. So I fear that this is going to create a little bit of electromagnetic interference with the autopilot, and I won't know until I try. So I may have to relocate this somewhere, or relocate the autopilot, and I don't really know where to do that. The other thing is, and what I had planned on doing is, if this thing doesn't cool easily enough in this area, then I was gonna drill like a hole above there, you know, like maybe a 3 or 4 inch hole, and then pipe in like a fan or something to help suck out some of the hot air. So a couple of things are unknown. I really hope it doesn't interfere with the autopilot, and I'll have to use some ferrite shields and maybe an isolator, some other stuff I read up that could help mitigate some of the interference, if there is interference. So there's still some possibilities, but I'm a little leery of it being that close to the autopilot. So we'll see. And like I said, this was custom designed for the to be kind of right here. So if that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to really figure out something. Anyways, let's get it mounted. Okay, I have 4 screws holding it on, and that sucker is strong, so I'm happy with that. This isn't really resting on it. It's close, but it's not on it, so that's good. Okay, now we've got this line bent in a way where these two are gonna meet up nicely. Okay, time to route some wire to it. This will be the power to it, so I'm gonna pull this out. I'm not gonna cut it yet because I don't know how much I need, but we're just gonna run it underneath there, and then it'll come out and go over there. And I've got a hole right there for it to go down. Last time I drilled a hole, I did 2, and I did them oversized because I'm always, you know, wiring up new things, and I have to drill a hole every time. So these last 2 holes were a little bit big, and that is awesome. This place is in shambles. Oh my goodness. Every single time I do a project, the boat just turns into a freaking massive mess. All right, I got the cable sent through there. I gotta lift this up and route it over here. Let's do that. Okay, the instructions say to take this smaller conduit and kind of wrap it around this other one so that it helps it stay cool. So that's what I'm doing right now. Kind of doing that number. And then afterwards we'll put the insulation on here. Now I'm trying to figure out how to wire it up. It's not too difficult. Just gotta pay attention and go slow. Get one of these. These are the best. It just strips it really easy to hold it. Yeah, I'm filming. Nerd. I'm a freaking nerd.
Looks like they got some new red stuff, red sails.
Oh yeah, they got a bunch of red on their boat.
That's nice.
Look who's here, Mamacita. Hola.
Hola.
All right, I'm always installing things here, so I put in this little bus bar for my grounds. So that's just all grounds. I will put this guy on there, yet another ground. Okay, so coming from that's probably the control unit or whatever you want to call it. This wire, these wires here are supposed to go into the thermostat. Then I got to program it. After that, the last step is to see about plugging in those two, the gray and the green. I have already emailed the guy that sold me the compressor, or the whole kit, and asked him. I just wanted to make sure because it came with green caps and gray caps, and I assumed that the green would go to green and the gray would go to gray, but the female and male plugs underneath each one of those caps, it seems like it would go green to gray and gray to green. So I'm waiting to hear back to make sure that's done properly, because it's male and female fittings underneath those caps, so it kind of can't go any other way, but I still want to get confirmation before I plug them in, because those are pressurized quick connects. And I think that once you put those together, I don't know if it's a one-trick pony, but I'm kind of assuming that it is, so that you don't want to keep plugging those in and unplugging them. I think I just want to do it once, so I want to get the confirmation and do it right the first time. Oops, you won't have to cheat.
You're right. I'll just ask Google.
During the test. You're being recorded, by the way.
Just kidding. I will study very hard and know the material extensively.
Like a good student.
Yes.
That should freaking be it, honestly. As soon as I know what's up with those cables, that's it. I'm freaking almost done. That's what's up.
It's like 3 on that sailing.
I saw him leaving.
You did?
Yeah. I was thinking that's gonna be me and my homies going out.
Yeah.
And that's a little sail. Yeah. This guy is the last wire that goes in here. Okay, I heard back from the guy who's helping me out, or who kind of customized this little refrigerator kit, and he told me how to test the compressor, how to hook up the compressor to test it to see if it's working. So I'm going to do that. But the other thing he told me was that yes, to connect the green to the gray and the gray to the green. Okay, so I wired up a couple more little things. I mean, it's tough to show you on here, but basically these two little guys here, one says optional speed resistor, the other one says optional battery protection resistor. And since they said optional, I thought that maybe I didn't need them. So what I've done is I wired them as the diagram showed, but without those optional pieces because I don't have them. Let's check it out and turn it on and see what happens. So here we go. This is the fridge. This guy's on. Oh, look at that. Oh, oh yeah, boy. No freaking way. Oh, sweet. Okay. So now that it's running, let's check the watt cycle app and see how much power it's drawing. So I log into my watt cycle app, click on the 280 amp hour mini, and it's only drawing 20 watts. It's still only drawing 21 watts on the watt cycle app. That is cool. Also, which I learned, my neighbor Brian, he's got that cool, I forget what it's called, something hoe, Seawind hoe. Anyways, I forget the name of the manufacturer of the boat, but it's called Pupfish. And he used the link, my watt cycle link. I saw like a commission come in, and I was like, oh, somebody bought it. And I was talking to him yesterday, and he said he bought it. He bought a 48 volt 100 amp hour battery, which is kind of a big one, and he's powering an e-propulsion outboard motor on his, so that's pretty cool too. I'm real curious to maybe take a spin with him and see how that works. But he said he motored all the way up from Newport, left it running the whole time, like motor sailed all the way up, because that's against the wind, against the current, so you kind of have to motor sail up. He said it worked out great. Anyways, I am super excited on this. I can feel it, it's getting cold. Oh my gosh, I am so excited right now. Okay, so there's the little thermostat chingadera. I have a couple more little things to tidy up, you know, like the thermostat, just cleaning up the wires. I got to figure out where to mount the thermostat controller. I really don't know where to put that as of right now, but this is exciting. This is super exciting. This is freaking monumental. Wow. All right, enough with this clip. So currently I have the thermostat on the, just laying on the floor in the ICEBOX in there, and check this out. It's going down. 66.4, 66.2, 60, or 66, sorry. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Victory at last. This is so rad. Now I have hot water and a fridge. Unbelievable. This is almost like a regular yacht. Stoked is getting all stoked out. Yee! Okay, so I did a couple more things. All I did is put the insulation on the tubes. I still have to kind of seal that up, and then I got to put some like spray foam in the holes. It cleans up pretty easy. So all this mess that was just on there, it cleans up pretty easy. Great stuff from Home Depot. Probably not the best. Probably not the best. I've got this sucker. Whoa. With these plastic things on Catalina Direct were ridiculously overpriced. They were like $75 plus shipping and stuff. So I don't know. I might just take like a bowl if I were you and fill it with foam and bolt it to it. But I bit the bullet and got scammed. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. And again, don't forget about the passage video coming up in a couple of weeks. So hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I might do a premiere, one of those things where we, you know, kind of do a countdown. I've never done that before. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.